Dubai just lost, and the travel industry doesn't want you to know why. I've been to both, and when I found in Malaysia, it made me question everything I thought I knew about luxury travel. By the end of this video, you're either going to agree with me, or you're going to be absolutely furious. Either way, stay watching. Dubai sold you a fantasy, and for years, it worked. The towers, the gold, the desert supercars. But something changed. Tourists are spending $500 a night and eating at a mall food court because everything authentic has been replaced by a price tag. The Burj Khalifa queue is 3 hours long. The beach is next to a construction site, and you're surrounded by people who are also just there for the photo. I'm not saying Dubai is bad. I'm saying Dubai sold you a version of itself that it can no longer deliver without charging you everything you have. Now let me show you what $500 gets you in Malaysia. Hint, it's not a food court. We're talking private infinity pools overlooking actual rainforest. Street food so good that Michelin gave it a star. Culture that didn't get bulldozed to build a mall. Kuala Lumpur's skyline hits different when you know a local is taking you to a 24-hour hawker stall after. Nobody does that in Dubai. Langkawi, Penang, the Cameron Highlands. These places aren't undiscovered. They're just unhyped. And smart travelers are taking full advantage before that changes. The tourists switching? They're not budget travelers. They're people who've done Dubai, done it twice, and quietly moved on. Here's what nobody wants to say. Dubai tourism is propped up by status anxiety. You go because it signals something. Malaysia? You go because you actually want to travel. And travel brands won't tell you about Malaysia because there's no mega resort paying for your ad slot. The algorithm won't show you this, which is why you need to share it. I'm not anti-Dubai, but I am pro-truth. And the truth is, the best value, the best food, the most genuine experience in this part of the world, it's not where you've been told to look. The tourists who figure this out, they're not going back. And after this video, maybe you'll understand why. Drop a comment, Team Dubai or Team Malaysia. I'll reply to every single one. If this changed how you think about travel, even a little, hit subscribe. More uncomfortable travel truths coming every week. And if you're already planning a Malaysia trip, I've got a full itinerary video dropping next. I've been to both. Spent real money. Stayed in the fancy hotels. Ate at the rooftop restaurants. Did the whole thing in Dubai and in Malaysia. And what I found in Malaysia, it made me genuinely question everything I thought I knew about what luxury travel even means. Now I know what you're thinking, Malaysia? Really? That's the competition? And that right there, that reaction, is exactly what this video is about. By the end of this, you're either going to agree with me completely, or you're going to be in the comments defending Dubai like your life depends on it. Either way, stay watching, because I've got receipts. Let's go back to when Dubai became the travel destination. It wasn't organic. It was engineered. Billions poured into marketing. Influencer deals, press trips. The whole thing was a carefully built product, and it worked spectacularly. And look, credit where it's due. Dubai built something genuinely impressive out of desert sand in under 40 years. That's not nothing. The architecture alone is worth seeing once in your life. But here's where it starts to fall apart. Dubai was sold to you as an experience. What you actually get when you land is a transaction. Everything has a price. Every view has a ticket. Every authentic moment has been packaged, priced, and placed inside an air-conditioned mall. You want to see the old Dubai? The gold souk, the spice market, the creek? You can, but you'll be doing it between a Zara and a Shake Shack. Because that's what old Dubai looks like now. The beach clubs charge $100 just to walk in. The Burj Khalifa observation deck queue is 2 to 3 hours on a good day. The desert safari, that thing everyone does, is so rehearsed it feels like a theme park ride. A very expensive theme park ride. And the food. Don't get me started on the food. For a city that sits at the crossroads of the entire world, the food scene is shockingly mediocre unless you're willing to spend serious money. And even then, you're mostly eating at international chains that exist in every other city on Earth. Here's the uncomfortable question nobody in the travel space asks. If Dubai wasn't tax-free and visa easy, would anyone actually go? Or are we all just there because it's convenient and the photos look good? Okay, before I show you the other side of this story, real quick. If you're new here and this kind of honest, no sponsored deal travel content is what you've been looking for, hit subscribe right now. I don't take brand deals from hotels or tourism boards. Nobody paid me to make this video, which means everything I'm about to tell you is something the travel industry would rather you didn't hear. And drop a comment below, right now, before we go any further. Tell me, have you been to Dubai? What was your honest experience? Was it worth it, or did you feel like you've been sold something? I read and reply to every single comment. Go! So, Malaysia. Let me paint you a picture, and I want you to hold it next to everything I just said about Dubai. It's 11 p.m. You're in Penang. You're sitting at a plastic table on the side of the road. In front of you is a bowl of char kway teow, flat rice noodles, wok hei smoke, fresh cockles, dark soy, made by a man whose family has been cooking this exact dish on this exact corner for 40 years. It costs $3. It is, without exaggeration, one of the best things you will ever put in your mouth. That experience? You cannot buy it in Dubai. You cannot manufacture it. It exists because Malaysia never bulldozed it to make room for a luxury development. And that is the fundamental difference between these two destinations. Now let's talk about what your money actually buys in Malaysia. A 5-star resort in Langkawi, private pool villa, beach access, full breakfast, runs you roughly $150 to $200 a night. The same category of room in Dubai, you're looking at $500 to $800 minimum, and that's before you've eaten anything or gone anywhere. In Kuala Lumpur, you can stay in a genuinely stunning boutique hotel in the heart of the city, walk to some of the best street food on earth, take the MRT anywhere you need to go, and spend less than a full day than you'd spend on a single cocktail at a Dubai rooftop bar. And the nature. This is where Malaysia genuinely has no competition. You want rainforest? Malaysia has the oldest rainforest on the planet, older than the Amazon. You want islands? Langkawi, the Perhentians, Timon, white sand, clear water, almost no crowds if you go to the right spots. You want highlands? Cameron Highlands sits at 1,500 meters, grows some of the best tea in Asia, and looks like someone dropped the English countryside into the middle of a tropical jungle. Dubai has the desert, which is beautiful, genuinely. But it's one thing. Malaysia has 7 different things, and they're all extraordinary. Here's what's really happening beneath the surface of these tourism numbers, though. The people switching to Malaysia aren't first-time travelers looking for a budget holiday. They're experienced travelers, people who've done Dubai once, maybe twice, who started asking themselves, am I actually experiencing something real here? Or am I just consuming a very expensive product? And Malaysia is the answer to that question. All right, let's get specific, because I know some of you are sitting there thinking, okay, but Dubai has things Malaysia doesn't. And you're right. So let's do this properly. Nightlife. Dubai wins on paper. Flashy clubs, bottle service, international DJs. But alcohol laws mean everything is inside a hotel or a licensed venue. Nothing spills out into the street. Nothing feels spontaneous. KL's nightlife scene is smaller, but it breathes. Rooftop bars, hidden speakeasies, live music venues that actually feel alive. Edge, draw, depending on what you want. Safety. Both are genuinely safe. Dubai has essentially zero street crime. Malaysia is similarly safe for most travelers with standard precautions. This one's a tie, and anyone using safety as a reason to pick Dubai over Malaysia hasn't done the research. Architecture and spectacle. Dubai wins. Full stop. If you want to feel like you've landed in a science fiction film, Dubai delivers that. The Burj Khalifa, the palm, the frame, it's genuinely jaw-dropping the first time. Malaysia's Petronas Towers are iconic, but KL doesn't try to compete on spectacle, and it doesn't need to. Edge, Dubai. Food. It's not even close. Malaysia wins by a distance that should embarrass every other country in Southeast Asia. The cultural mix, Malay, Chinese, Indian, Peranakan, produces a food culture that is endlessly complex, deeply regional, and absurdly affordable. Dubai has expensive restaurants. Malaysia has a food culture. Edge, Malaysia, and it's not a conversation. Authenticity. And this is the one that actually matters for most people who travel beyond the Instagram grid. When you're in Malaysia, in a night market in Kota Baru, or hiking in the Borneo rainforest, or sitting in a 100-year-old Capitium in Ipoh, you feel like you're somewhere. Somewhere with history, with texture, with people who live there and aren't performing for tourists. Dubai, by design, is a city built for visitors. That's a feature if you want it. But for travelers who want to feel like they've actually gone somewhere, it's a limitation. Edge, Malaysia. Here's what I think is really going on. And this might sting a little. Dubai tourism is at its core about status signaling. You go to Dubai because Dubai communicates something. It says, I can afford this. I travel in style. I'm the kind of person who goes to Dubai. And there's nothing wrong with that. Humans have always used travel as a signal. But let's be honest about what we're actually buying. Malaysia doesn't signal anything yet. It doesn't have the same cultural shorthand. If you tell someone at a dinner party you're going to Penang for 2 weeks, they might ask if that's somewhere in Thailand. And that, weirdly, is its greatest asset right now. Because the travelers moving to Malaysia aren't doing it for the signal. They're doing it because they've graduated past needing the signal. They've been to the places the algorithm sent them. They did the Dubai trip. They have the photos. And now they want something that actually fills them up rather than just looking good in a caption. There's also something deeper happening with travel post 2020 that nobody really talks about. People came out of the pandemic with a different relationship to money and time. The question stopped being, where looks impressive, and started being, where will I actually remember? And the answer for a growing number of travelers is not the place that charged them the most. The travel industry, the big hotel chains, the airline partnerships, the tourism boards with marketing budgets. They need you to keep choosing the expensive, high-margin destination. They need you in Dubai, not in $150 pool villa in Langkawi. So they keep feeding the algorithm, keep commissioning the influencer trips, keep making Dubai feel like the default answer to where should I go. This video exists because that default answer is increasingly wrong for a lot of people. And the people who figured that out are, quietly, already on a flight to Kuala Lumpur. If you love videos like this, please click the notification button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this.